I think real estate is not for me anymore. I think I should consider another thing. So I've heard a lot of people say this, that real estate is no longer for them, especially those who have tried to buy real estate back here in Nigeria, especially those in diaspora who have tried to buy real estate back here in Nigeria. Most of them have given up on real estate. They have seen that, real estate is no longer for them. Well, I am here to show you, to explain to you mistakes that most of them make that actually make them feel like real estate is no longer for them. Number one, buying too cheap to be true kind of properties. So buying properties that are way cheaper than their market value is a deep red flag, that when you do that, you are either losing your hard-earned money to somebody. So I've seen people who have paid for houses in a beautiful location at a very extremely cheap price, and at the end of the day, there was no house at all for them. So recently, someone consulted me about a property that he bought at 500,000 naira. And the area he bought this particular land, the land in that particular area, they are selling from, the list there is around 3.5 million naira. And somebody sold it to him at 500,000 naira. And he bought like 4 plots there. And he was given a land receipt. And there was no documents to show to it. So when you see that kind of deal is that he has lost money to that person. And to cap it all is that the person was no longer picking his call. In fact, the guy blocked him and he has no access to anybody that was involved in that land transaction. So buying too cheap to be true kind of land, you will not only lose your money, but as well, you will regret ever going into real estate, especially if you have been involved in this most times. Now, when you are buying too cheap to be true kind of land, you may be buying a dispute land. Maybe somebody, because there's dispute on that land, he will just sell it to you to a very ridiculous price and then get away with your money. Secondly is that you may be buying a government-acquired land. Most areas that government have acquired, you see people selling those areas at a very cheap price. Let's take, for instance, that areas close to this particular area that is government acquired may be selling for 100 million. And because government has interest in that particular land, somebody will offer it to you for 10 million. And you think you are being smart. You are losing your hard-earned money. And most times, to cap it all is that most times, there's no property at all. So always check out for the prices of property in a particular location you're looking out to buy, be it land or a house. If one deal is 50% cheaper than others, please ask questions. Ask why. Because even if somebody is offering it for a distress, there are some distress that cannot go beyond a particular price. So let's take, for instance, a property worth 4 million naira that the owner may offer it for half of the price, which is 50%, let's say 2 million naira. But when it is now below the 50%, please ask why. And most times, they are too cheap to be true, and they usually does not exist. And when you pay for such properties, you are losing your hard-earned money. Then number two, too much rush and no time to think. A lot of people that have been scammed, they were scammed in a hurry. They will say, and most times they are usually offered too cheap to be true. Once a property is too cheap to be true, next thing there is that they are hurrying you. They are making sure that you don't have time to think. They will say, oh, this deal will be out of the market tomorrow. Somebody else wants to pay for that particular land. So because the land is worth 5 million naira and somebody is offering to it for 1.5 million naira, they will rush you into it. Good deals allows or gives time for due diligence. So when you see property that you are being rushed to, especially by some fake agents or, relatives who are just interested in your money, then it will just show in the rush. So good properties gives you time for due diligence. where you get to verify the documents that is involved, where you get to ask who is actually selling, because if you don't have all this information, it means that it is a red flag. Then number 3, no site inspection or proper viewing of the property. A lot of people have paid for properties that they have not seen, they have not conducted due diligence on, they have not even physically or virtually inspected the property. They just paid because maybe their sister called them to tell them, oh, there's this property that my friend wants to sell. And next thing is they're making payments. That is one big problem that you're going to make, or one way that you can lose your money, because you don't even know whether the land or property exists. So ensure you conduct site inspection. Either you are coming live on ground to see the property yourself, or you conduct virtual inspection. I mean, the world is digital right now, that you can literally see a particular property from wherever you are, or a detailed video showing the property, showing the location, showing what the neighborhood looks like, showing the surrounding environment, showing the access road, and showing where the inside of the house, if it is a house, or showing what the land looks like if it is a land. If there's no proper video showing that, if you're not on ground, then please, you stay away from that kind of property. Then number 4, no title documents, or title documents are coming soon. Now, I've seen a lot of properties that doesn't have title, and most times some estate lands too, they don't have title. They will tell you, oh, we are working on getting the documents, oh, we are trying to register it. Most times those things doesn't exist, except for some few that are genuine, that they are actually working on it. But most time, 80% of the time, they don't have land titles. Also, even if you are buying from an individual, and there are a lot of stories relating to the documents not being available. Oh, the person selling it is abroad, so he cannot send a document. Oh, our house got burnt, so there is no document. Oh, so many excuses why they can't provide the documents for a property. So let me give you this story. In 2023, they almost sold a land that doesn't have a title to a client of mine before he contacted me. And when I reached out to the guy selling the property, he was like, oh, our house got burned, so there's no title. What he has is an affidavit. I was like, affidavit is not a land document. So where's the land document? He kept giving excuses. Do you know, with proper verification and working with a property lawyer for verification and so many due diligence on that property, we found out that the guy in question was not the owner of the property. It was a family property, and he was trying to sell it without the family's consent. And later on, we found out the head of the family, and he showed us the documents, and he said he wasn't selling the property at that time. So most times, if you don't seek for the document, now, real estate does not move. You cannot move land, you cannot move house. The only thing you can move is documents, and that is the only way you can also verify ownership. So if you don't verify, if you don't see a document that shows that this particular person actually owns this particular land or this particular house, that he or she is the person selling, you may be buying a property that doesn't exist, or you may be giving your money to a fake agent. Number 5, payment is not transparent. When you are paying for a property and they are not breaking down all the payments you need to make, then that is a red flag. So when paying for a property right here in Nigeria, there are some other hidden charges like development fee or documentation fee that are usually involved. So most times what happens is that they will allow you to commit, and then they'll start telling you about the charges. So however, if it is not stated on time, it is a red flag. So always ensure that you are giving a breakdown of the cost of the particular property you are buying in. If there are agency fee, if their documentation fee, if their development fee. Just basically ask what are the fees involved aside from the land cost or the house cost, so that you know what you are going into and you are ready for it. So these are reasons why many people consider real estate as something not for them, because most times they are bought too cheap to be true kind of properties. They have bought properties without land documents and they lost their money. They have bought properties without inspection and they get to lose their money. They have bought properties that the payment is not transparent, and at the end of the day, they kept paying and paying and paying until date. They are still paying for that particular property because of so many fees attached to it. So because of these inconveniences and because of this money they have lost in real estate while trying to buy real estate right here in Nigeria, they have just decided that real estate is not for them. So that is why it is important you watch this kind of videos so that you be guided on what to do. Be guided on what to do, especially when it comes to buying real estate right here in Nigeria. Buying real estate involves a lot of money. In fact, it's one of the highest thing you ever buy on earth, especially as an individual. So it is something that you have to pay attention to, and ensure you work with a professional. Don't just work with your relatives or your siblings. Work with a professional, either a real estate professional or a property lawyer who will guide you in the entire process of buying properties right. My name is Jacinta Ukwa and I'm a real estate professional based in the city of Enugu. I have helped people to own genuine and safe properties right here in Enugu, both lands and houses, and I can help you to own verified properties. Now, working with me as a professional, I offer verified and secure properties, because I don't just sell any kind of properties. I only sell properties that I can, wake up from sleep. You can wake me up from sleep and I'll defend it anytime, any day. And number two, I offer virtual inspections for my clients or for clients in diaspora. If you can't make it to Nigeria, I offer virtual inspection where I make detailed video showing you back and front of that particular property that you're looking out to buy. And then number three is that I offer transparent pricing and negotiations. I also help you to negotiate on property prices on the particular property that you want right here in Nigeria, especially right here in Enugu. And then finally, I also offer post-purchase support. That is, after buying the land, I can as well go further to help you in registering your land documents and as well helping you to secure your plot, either with a perimeter fence or helping you to get an engineer that can also help you to construct a house on your particular property. These are the things you get from me if you work with me as a real estate professional right here in the city of Enugu. So let me know in the comment section if you found this video helpful, and if you have questions regarding buying land or buying real estate, you can drop it on the comment section, or you connect with me on the number showing on your screen on 081-4704-2804, and I will gladly guide you in buying safe, secure, and profitable real estate right here in the city of Enugu. So until I come to your face again, keep watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.